Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for logging on to CBS News Colorado. It is time for your CBS News Colorado daily Sportsline, brought to you as always by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. I am Michael Spencer. You can follow me on Twitter at MichaelCBS4. Glad to be back with you. We've had some time off. We're getting back in the swing of things, and I'm glad to be talking about football. I'll be honest, I don't like betting baseball. It wasn't a great season for us when we did make our bets. And so here we are, we're talking about football. Let's jump right into it. How about some Broncos bets, some futures bets on the Denver Broncos? Couple things that I'm looking at here. You can find these in your BetMGM app under the NFL Betting Specials tab. The teams are all in alphabetical order, so you got to scroll through Denver Broncos, right after the Dallas Cowboys. You get there, and you got a plethora of bets that you can make. It's really fantastic. Broncos to make the playoffs, minus 140. The over-under for wins this year, 9.5. The Broncos to start 4-0, which I think is an intriguing bet and might be worth a sprinkle, is plus 300. And the Broncos to win with the Super Bowl, as we have talked about, is at plus 1,600. Here's what I like out of those bets. I like the over 9.5 wins, and I like them to make the playoffs. And both of those are juiced to the same amount at minus 140, right? So basically pick one of those. I'm going to go with the over 9.5 wins. Some other books have this at 10. I like the fact that it's at 9.5. Yes, it's a little bit juiced at minus 140. So you got to lay it down $1.40 just to win $1. Or if you look at this the way that Vegas does it, $140 wins you $100. But let's go through the schedule here quickly, and I'll explain why I like the Broncos over. Seattle to start the year. I think that's going to be a closer game than people expect, but that's a win. Houston at home the following week, that's a win. San Francisco 49ers on a Sunday night game in week 3. That's going to be an interesting game. I like the Broncos to win that one, though. Then they go to Vegas week 4. I'm going to count that as a loss, okay? But we're at 3 wins through the first quarter pole of the season here, basically. Then they come home on a Thursday night. They've got the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to give them a win in that. Then they go to the LA Chargers. That's a Monday night game, October 17th. I'm going to give them a loss. So I got them starting 0-2 in the division, but still we're sitting here already at 4 wins through the first 6 games of the season. I like where this is headed, all right? The Jets, that's a win. At Jacksonville in London, that's a win as well. And then they got their bye week. They go to Tennessee, and I think this is a toss-up, but I'm going to err on the side of caution here. I'm going to give them a loss, okay? Keep that in mind. They come home, they've got the Raiders. I think they pick up a divisional win there. That's their first division win. I give them the home field advantage. The fact that they've already played the Raiders once. I could see them maybe winning in Vegas to start the year, but I'm more comfortable for the purposes of this exercise giving them a loss there and giving them a win at home. They go to Carolina and to Baltimore. I'm going to give them the win at Carolina and give them a loss at Baltimore. If they lose at Carolina, that's going to be ugly. That's going to be really, really bad. But I think that's a split there. I think they beat Carolina, lose to Baltimore. Then they come home and they've got the Chiefs. And we all know about the Broncos' struggles with the Chiefs as of late. I think for the purposes of this exercise, I'm giving them a win against the Chiefs, okay? Keep that in mind. We'll recap that here in just a minute. Then you got the Cardinals coming to town. I think they beat the Cardinals. They go to the Rams and then to Kansas City. I've got 2 losses there, okay? And then they end the season at home against the Chargers. I've got them with a win there. So for the purposes of this exercise, I have them winning all 3 of their divisional games at home, and I have them losing all 3 of their divisional road games. But the way I have this scripted out right now, and I think I'm being generous here, that gives them at 11 wins. I'll gladly take the Broncos 9.5 over for your season win total for the Denver Broncos on your BetMGM app. Again, minus 140. Don't necessarily love the juice, but I think the floor for this team is 10 wins. So give me the Broncos over 9.5 for the 2022 football season. I know a lot of people don't like playing futures, but I like this one, and it gives us a reason to root for the Broncos. If you're a fan, gives you a reason to root for them every single Sunday. All right, we're going to talk more Broncos props coming up. On this segment, we'll, of course, have some more season bet totals as well. But I have the first one for our futures betting, Broncos over 9.5 wins. Pound the table. Good to have you back right here on the CBS News Colorado Daily Sportsline, brought to you as always by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks.